What's going on, guys? Jared from Lethal Performance. I'm standing here today with Palm Beach Dyno, Ken Bionis's 2020 Shelby GT500, and we're just about to install the new Lethal Performance 3-inch X-Pipe Resonator Delete for the 2020 plus Shelby GT500. What's up, guys? Jared from Lethal Performance. We are here at Palm Beach Dyno. We'll be installing our 2020 Shelby GT500 Resonator Delete X-Pipe on this car here in just a little bit. We're going to actually baseline this car on the dyno to see if this pipe has any gains on it. This is 100% bone stock 2020 GT500. So once we're going to get a couple baselines, we're going to go next door to RareFab. We're going to install our 3-inch Resonator Delete X-Pipe, take it back to the dyno, and see if it makes any power. Okay, we've got Ken's car back up in the air. We've got our Resonator Delete X-Pipe sitting right here with the transmission jack. We're going to do the installation. Starting off, we're going to be measuring from the factory clamp. You're going to want to make sure that when these factory clamps come on your car that they're all the way in place towards this way, so this piece is clipped in so it's in the factory position. Then we're going to measure 30.5 inches from the middle of the factory clamp to the back of the factory exhaust, and we're going to make our cut there. We will have to remove the factory heat shield by clipping off the metal piece right here, and we're going to reinstall those with the supplied metal clamps that we provide in the kit. All right, so we're now measuring from the middle of the clamp to the back of the exhaust pipe here, 30.5 inches. We're going to make our marks. Will, you do such a wonderful job.
Oh, thank you, Terry.
Excellent. All right.
I'm glad you guys got this all hot on the dyno.
Oh, perfect. Yep. It wouldn't be fun without that, right?
Yeah, everything's on fire.
Excellent. All right. And the next step, we're going to be removing the factory heat shield with a little cutoff wheel. We're going to cut in 2 places, actually in 4 spots, to remove the heat shields from each side of the resonator.
Yep, and we're just going to make a nice little cut so that we can reuse the heat shield, making sure not to damage it or anything like that. It's all right if you cut into here, because, you know, this is getting taken off anyway.
All right, and using a Sawzall, we're cutting the pipes where we marked them.
Yeah, make sure that we don't hit the carbon fiber drive shaft.
And we're using a 15mm socket to loosen up the factory clamps. Look at that. Hey now. But this is what comes factory on the car and dampens the exhaust tone quite a bit. Got this
As you can see, it's straight.
T304 stainless steel X-pipe, and we're gonna bolt it up.
Awesome.
See how it sounds. Let's do it. Okay, so we've cut the factory resonator out. Willow's gonna be cleaning up these pipes because after you make the cut, you still have some sharp edges to it. He's gonna deburr it, clean it up before we install the resonator delete. See, and that's how we know that the clamps are in the factory position when doing our measurement, because they have these clips that fit on a little knob here on the factory downpipe legs.
Yeah, that guy right there keeps it in place. Alright, so for you guys that want to run the heat shield, this section normally goes over where the X pipe is, so it's got this dimple down area where it can clamp on there, and that's not really going to work with the lethal delete because this actually hits where the pipe is because the X pipe's actually in this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to this line right here, this dimple line where it starts stepping down, and this is where we're going to cut this across. And then that will get that to fit. There's another heat shield that we can show you that's below the transmission that's protecting the drive shaft that will cover it to right about here, so we can afford to lose this. To be able to clamp it on, we're actually going to take this dimpled area right here, we're going to drill a hole in there so we can use the exhaust zip ties to get it to hold here, and then we'll also hold it back here in the factory section. So let's go ahead and cut this thing apart.
Oh, that's cool.
It's got ceramic in it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, what, like in the middle?
Yeah, that's what the white dust is. It's a double layer. See how it's clamped around?
Mm-hmm.
So they probably set it down there, fill it with powder, and then put the inner layer on.
Neat. Feeling.
We got that overlap that we were talking about right there where the drive shaft is protected by that shield. So you're not actually losing any protection on it.
the hottest run versus the hottest run.
Not bad, dude. That's good.
I mean,
that is good
it's
power
up
for
top
heat
too,
soaking.
which
Yeah.
is where it's realistically